breaking down one-time text verified passcode leads versus non-text verified passcode leads, and when you should be making a decision on what lead type works best for you. In this video, I'm going to be breaking that down step by step by step. My name is Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab in the past 3.5 years. We've helped 550 agents issue pay $40,000 per month. And on this channel, all I try to do is talk about the methods, behaviors, and tendencies of those individuals and what they've done and how you as an agent or an agency owner can duplicate that into your business. As always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's hop right into the video. So today I want to talk about a topic that I think is very misunderstood and sometimes hyped up. So we're going to talk about one-time passcode. We also call those text verified leads, why they work, pros and cons, and then we're going to compare them to traditional leads, non-verified, and why the numbers actually matter. All right, so I want to break this down. So what is a one-time, what we call OTP or text verified lead? Okay, so this is going to be a lead that client sees ad, is redirected. So it's really two ways to look at it. Let me take that step back. So there's two ways that you can get verified leads. Right. Number one is just you use, form verification. So what this means, this is what most people do. They're going to send it to still a Facebook form or a Google form. And then that's going to send the text passcode to their phone. And then they're going to confirm their information that they have a valid phone number, and they're going to hit submit. I've tested them. The cost for that has been higher. Now, will that be like that for the evergreen of this video? I'm not sure. As time goes on, it could change. But this is going to be through the platform. So through Facebook, through Instagram, through Google, through TikTok, whatever it is, they're going to verify the person's phone number. It's still going to autofill, but at the end, it's going to send them a code, verify, they confirm, and then they hit submit, right? Which theoretically is supposed to increase intent. But here's kind of how I look at it. Landing pages are actually what has been shown from my end, from testing, spending, I don't know, close to $1 million+ in ad spend, at least over the past 4 years. At least on our account, but then I guess including all other accounts, significantly more than that. But yeah, so for the forms, this is what a lot of people think about when they think about text verification. Oh, is it just a passcode? Why are these leads better? No, there's two ways. That's form verification via, Facebook forms, TikTok, etc. Okay, and the second version is going to be via a landing page. Now, for those that don't know what a landing page is, really simple. There's a website and then there's a landing page. Right, and you guys know I'm going to go over here. Let's just go landing page versus website. What is the difference? Let's go over to handy dandy Google. All right, a website is a comprehensive multi-page collection of content designed to showcase a brand, while a landing page is a single standalone page focused on one specific conversion goal, such as capturing leads or sales. Websites foster exploration, whereas landing page remove distractions to drive immediate action. So people think, oh, that's just a website. No, a landing page has a specific goal in mind. They land there. I'm trying to get them to take said action, right? So opt into my funnel, watch my VSL, book a call. That is a landing page. The whole purpose of it is do that. If there's the way I look at it is if there's buttons at the top and you can click through it, that is a website. If there's nothing but the one thing I want you to do, the only button leads me to what I want you to do, that is a landing page. It's optimized for a goal. Now, the reason why I like landing page leads and even more text verified leads is because on that page, it's not just a form with a number. That's what a Facebook form is. It's just a form filling information out with a little bit of words. You can optimize the page to create the reason why somebody should fill it out, but also typically there's a little bit more trust. Now, when you're on a landing page, you don't necessarily always know you're on a landing page. The common viewer thinks that it's a website, which is fine. But when you are buying leads or running ads or doing whatever, you want to capture the information via a landing page because you can create the narrative around what you're doing. Say you send somebody who's looking for annuities to a landing page, you can talk about the benefits of annuities, right? Why it's useful, who uses it, etc. That's how you would do it. Say you're going for final expense, mortgage protection, IUL, truckers, veterans. You can keep going on. The optimized landing page. The second thing that I've noticed, right? So you can optimize it for a goal plus provide additional information. Now, for some people, they're like, well, that's too much. You're going to lose the lead. Yeah, sure. But if you're trying to optimize for quality, it's the best way to go because you're going to get rid of the people that are like, oh, I'm reading this. This isn't me. I click off. The people that just click, 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 they're going to be filling out forms. So that's why the lead cost is typically lower, right? But the people that click and convert, right? It's like, okay, they know why they're here. They see the information. It resonates with them. They're not skeptical. They go all the way through the process. That is essentially where we want to be. Okay. Now that is super important because now that we are on a landing page, we're going to optimize for a goal, provide additional information about product or service, which in this instance would be, whatever, IUL. I just went through all of them. The other thing that you really want to realize is that it gives you more customization. All right. So this allows you to do different things. Like you can add specific questions sometimes off the platform that off of Meta or off of Google or off of YouTube that you cannot do. Now, the cool thing about Google is that you have to have a landing page. They do have some form fill section set up. YouTube, same way, but just wanted to throw that out there. Now, customization allows you to add in like VSLs, right? So there's little things. You got VSL, you've got, co-funnels, which is essentially just be like a funnel within a funnel. You can do a lot of imagery. You can do a lot more than you could do on forms, which can further paint the picture to increase the intent of the lead. Now, the thing that I like to do is the text verification. So even if you don't add the text verification, a landing page lead versus a form lead, it's night and day in terms of the quality, in my opinion, from what I've tested and from what my agents have told me. And then there's text verification. So when you throw all that on top, you have a very different lead if they're doing forms. Okay, and I just want somebody to see this. Versus if they're doing a landing page, right? They're just different. So the functionality of it is useful in different situations. Now, they work because you force the person to view all that information, blah, 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 get to the end, and it's like, I don't know. I don't want to confirm my number. I'm going to put a fake number in. It doesn't work, and they bounce. Or they confirm the number, and they move forward. So that's why the cost per lead is higher. Now, I always focus on quality. I'm a big quality guy. If you want to do quality, I just recommend go age. Like to me, if you're going to do something fresh, do quality unless you're just an absolute savage. And when you're selling leads, unfortunately, not everybody's a savage. So I can't just generate leads like that, or else I would literally just do name, email, phone number, stay, age, OTP it, and call it a day, right? But that may be a little bit more difficult to do for the general public, right? So that's one. Okay, they work because they reinforce all the things for the optimized goal on that landing page. Plus, you're verifying them. Now, the immediate pro is that clients love these. If you're an agent, you should buy these. These are going to be the difference maker when it comes to leads. But in terms of quality, you will not have. There's nothing better than a landing page text verified lead from a company that actually knows what they're doing for generating the lead. You should ask if you're talking to said company, agent, or if you're doing this, whether you're generating them own or you're buying leads from somebody, how is this lead text verified? Is this coming from a landing page or is this coming from just a form text verification? Is this they just getting a code? Because I'm not about to pay an increased price for a code, right? That there's no point in doing that. It should be a different type of lead. It should be sourced a different type of way. Otherwise, you might as well bump the price up like a few bucks. Because that's not really what makes the lead different is the text verification. What makes the lead different is the process that it goes through, what actually makes the lead different, right? It's like Facebook form leads. That's what everybody and their mom runs because it's super easy. You can get leads for a low cost. But when you're trying to run a business and you're trying to actually make people money, you need to have results and it needs to be consistent, right? Now, the con is that the leads take a while to come in. So if they take a while to come in, then the question is, okay, what do I have to do from a marketing standpoint to get more leads or buy more leads? Because you have two options, which is why I'm going to go into the cost to acquire a client here and compare the difference. Is you can either supplement with age leads or supplement with more traditional leads. But when you're doing text verified, most people are afraid to spend more because they come in a little bit slower. But then they also don't work the lead super properly. And what I mean by that is like they just completely harass the lead. And it's like, dude, you gotta, I don't really know what you want me to tell you, right? So that's kind of the easiest way to look at it when it comes to that, right? So you need to know that the con of a lot of text verified leads. Now, I'm speaking from our standpoint. I know a lot of companies are the same way because we're trying to optimize for quality. We're not trying to optimize for quantity. Okay. Now I'm going to compare them to non-verified leads and why the numbers actually matter. So this is a real life example from one of my clients. All right. So I will bring up 1 second. I will show you the numbers. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let's hop over here. I want to quickly go through these numbers and kind of what we're looking at here. So this is just a little tracker sheet that we give some of our clients. Pretty simple and straightforward, right? So let's go through lead spend, how many leads they got, how many presentations they had. They're doing one call closes, so there are no shows. How many sales they had, what they written their AP, how many booked appointments they had, which is presentations, cost per lead, cost per booked appointment, etc. All right, so we're going to go through each of these. So let's start with lead spend. So they spent $700 on leads. They got, and we're gonna look at these in rows. All right, so this row we're gonna highlight. We're gonna call this. We'll use this. This is going to be non-verified, and we're gonna go verified, verified, verified. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go. These are going to be text verified. These are text verified weeks, and then these are non-text verified weeks again. Okay, so let's go here, and then we still got to fill this week out. All right, so let's just take a look here and let's look at these numbers. Okay, so first week when we have non-text verified leads, spent $700, got 63 leads, had 6 presentations, 5 sales with $9,000 written. Okay. Which means they had 6 booked appointments, $11 cost per lead, $116 cost per booked appointment, $140 cost to acquire a client, and cost per sale is $19.80. So 14 ROAS. That's absolutely amazing. Okay. Now, here's the thing though. You can never take 1 week. This is why people that be like, I just want to test it for a week. It's the dumbest thing you can hear. You need a month to test because you need conclusive data across a long-standing board to figure out what decision is going to be good for you. People want to do week to week. It's just embarrassing. Like, I don't understand it. You can't test anything for a week. You can have a really good week, really bad week. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to play 1 game. That's dumb. They typically do 3 to 5 games on an eval. Hey, we're going to take your best 3 to 5 games. We're going to come with it. If you do just ball out 1 game, it means nothing. It doesn't show me that you're consistent and that this actually is conclusive data. Okay. So this is the week. All right. Now, what does this actually mean? Because a lot of people don't understand this. All right. Booked appointment is obviously how many booked appointments you have. Cost per lead is just the number that you spend on ads. He's doing a self-gen, like basically at cost setup. $11. Okay. Cost per booked appointment. So this means every $116 he gets a booked appointment. The cost to acquire a client is $140. That means every $140 that he gets, he closes a deal. Okay. And the cost per sale is $19.80. That's a 14.4x. So that means every time he makes a sale, he's making about $19.80. Now, here's the thing that's unsaid that isn't really like he did this first week and was like, yo, this is crazy. But then the second week, we had switched him to the OTP. All right, text passcode. And he went 1 week and he was like, dude, this sucks. I want to go back to him. Like, bro, just relax. Then the second week, now mindful, he's not used to working less leads and having more opportunity. Having less opportunities, but the same amount of prezzies. Here's the crazy thing. Week 2, he had half the leads and the same amount of presentations. But the problem is he closed less. So he felt like the leads were bad. It's like, brother, your closing percentage was 33%. Nothing changed about the leads. The next week, in mindful, he wrote a crazy amount of premium. Like off of 5 apps, he wrote $9,000, which was $19.80, right? Then he comes back and does 28 leads, so less leads, 6 presentations, okay? Closes 5 for $8,000. It's like, oh, okay. 83% close rate, right? Now, last week he comes, he has 33 leads, gets 5 sales again, okay? But he had 8 presentations, so more prezzies. Granted, look at this. He's had more, and I'll be interested to see because I'm going to meet with him today, but he had double the leads here, basically double the leads, same amount of presentations, less leads, 30 less leads, and had more presentations, wrote more because this was just a crazy week. He thinks that it's this, when in reality, I'd be so interested to see when this is updated. How many sales did he have from this batch? He's got almost 80 leads. And you may think in your mind, I need more leads. I need more opportunities. No, dude, the numbers matter, right? Who cares about the cost per lead? It doesn't matter, right? Cost per booked appointment stayed exactly the same. Didn't matter. He still six of these. Does not matter. Does not matter what the cost per lead is. Cost per booked appointment was less here. Does not matter. Cost to acquire a client, only 1 lead. Still the same exact thing. Isn't that interesting? Cost per sale fluctuates. Good. 2,000 average, 15. So you close less, made more, and made more here. So here's the real question. If you get double these leads, you will write double the amount. That's the real question. That's really the real question. If we could get you double the amount of leads, you will write more. Double the right amount of leads, because all this stuff is still the same. It still costs you an average of 164 cost to acquire a client. And I'd be interested to see what this is, and this is because I highly doubt, I just understand, I've been doing this a long time, that if the text so this clearly shows you, and we'll get 2 more weeks. We'll get these last 2 weeks. We'll have conclusive evidence. I'm just pulling this up because, once again, I use real life examples. This is important for agents to know. You're making decisions not off of logic. It feels like these leads aren't as good. Dude, what do the numbers say? Because the numbers clearly say here that is our time not valuable? I don't want 75 leads if they all suck. Who cares? I'd rather have less leads, make the same amount of money, maybe have to spend a little bit more, be closing higher, and have less time to waste. I'm trying to build a business here. What are we doing? So that's how I think you have to think through it, and why it's so important. You have to know your numbers. I'm hopping back over here. You have to understand your numbers. If you do not know your numbers, nothing actually matters. Like it does. This right here is all that matters. These numbers mean everything. They show you exactly what you need. You just look at it, you're like, okay, shoot, I did it. And if you want to, you do 1 month here, and then you make a decision. People are so afraid because they're like, I see the results now. No, dude, just relax. Let it roll out. Look at the numbers. Identify the numbers. When you look at the numbers, you can make the right decision. People don't want to do this because it reveals the truth. Numbers don't lie. It shows truth. Dude, you're complaining your closing percentage sucked that week. It was not the leads. Now your closing percentage is better. Guess what? You're writing the same amount, but you have half the leads. So if you want to make more, you're going to be like, yeah, I want to spend more on these. That's dumb. You're going to spend $1,400 to get 130 something leads. Dial till your face is blue, and you're not going to make any more money. Now, I could be wrong. We can see what these numbers look like here and here, but I've been doing this long enough to know that even if they do, I'm sticking with this because 3 weeks of this shows me that I can make just about the same with half the leads. That's my choice. I'm going to grow that way. Easiest way to grow without any friction. So I hope this helps and it gives you guys some clarity, but I had to first explain what a text verified lead is and then tell you why that, I always am telling people to lean that way because the numbers always show that your cost to acquire a client is relatively the same. Yes, it costs you a little bit more, but not really when you think about it because it's still money in, money out. It's still money in, money out. You just think that you're doing better than you are. In reality, most of the time you're not. You just have more leads so you feel I get more opportunities. No, numbers are numbers. That's all that matters. So I hope this video helps. As always, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're an individual agent looking to buy leads, we offer leads from $1 to $55. Everything you need from A's leads to text verified to Facebook to whatever, right? If you're an agency owner, 3 to 4 agents doing $300,000-$400,000 plus, looking to scale and grow and partner up with somebody to run your back-end systems and help leverage, super simple. 5 to 10 grand is our cost for us to run your system. And what I mean by that is we're going to run ads and create your own go-high level for your entire agency at one flat rate, right? If you're on the call and you don't have 5 to 10 grand, please don't waste our time. Like, there's no point in you wasting our time because I'm not going to sit there and respectfully, like, if you don't have the money to do it, it's okay. Just buy our leads. If you want to still work with us, but you don't have that big of an agency or you don't really want to pay 5 to 10 grand, we have a free partnership package. You do have to buy leads first, though. So that is a prerequisite. If you're going to buy the leads. We know that you're good. You have some agents try them. And then once we know, we'll give you a grandfather rate. We'll build out your own custom community completely for free. So those are your 3 options. There's no customization with that, though. You're just getting access to us, and we'll give you guys like beta testing and whatnot. So as always, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Appreciate everybody here. And hope this was straightforward. Just gave you guys some clarity. If you know your numbers, you can grow your numbers. Something I live by As an agent, I never did this. As a business owner, I did not do this until I just met my most recent mentor, which was 5 months ago. I just started doing this and it's helped me drastically. I make decisions based off of numbers, not off of emotion. I'm non-emotional, right? And that's how you grow. You become non-emotional, take action. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.